All right, moving on to our next game. This is Global War. Released in 1979 for your Apple II. Let's see if we can see the artwork for this one. There is the box. This is by a company called Muse. Muse is going to make a lot of other home computer games we'll see in the future. Applesoft. There's the cartridge, which Apple II used cassette tapes to load up the game. And that's about it. We don't no screenshots or anything there. And no manual. So looks like with different versions, we just have different ways we can try to play it. So it is August 15th, 1979. We're on our Apple II playing Global War. All right, so it's telling us about the disk volume of what we want to run. We want to run Global War, so that one. Oh, I want to exit. Sorry. So it looks like this one is not loading because you need a certain way to load this system. So we'll try a different one out. Let's see if this one works for us. And it did not. So we don't get to check out Global War. We'll go ahead and give this one a rating of 0 just because every now and then these home computer games are going to be very finicky and we might not be able to get them to boot up. Okay, so moving on to our next game. Here we go. Another game programmed in Japan. This is the very influential Heiankyo Alien. By the way, every time I use a Japanese, I'm reading any Japanese, I always sound like a shogunate warrior. Just keep that in mind every time you see me read anything in Japanese on this channel. Let's check out Heiankyo Alien. This is the artwork in Japan. Very simple. There's the alien, the Heiankyo Alien, with a samurai. And one screenshot. Looks like for controls, we just move our character around. We can set the trap and destroy the alien. So 2 buttons that we use. There is the title, and there's the example of the game, programmed in color. It is a top-down maze game. It's starting to get popular, those top-down maze games. All right, so let's see. We have no manual, but we'll walk you through how this game works and how it's going to influence so many games after. Here we go. This is September 1979. We're playing Heiankyo Alien in the arcade in Japan. And here it is. The track mode is playing by itself. So just to give you an idea of how this works, the character you play is going to be the yellow person. And what you do is all the aliens are the red ones crawling around. You set a trap by setting a circle on the floor. The alien has to be led into the trap. Once you let them in the trap, then you kill them in the trap. So you're setting something on the map to lead other aliens in, and then you trap them. All right, let's put a coin in. And 1 player, that's the way we want to do it. All right, so it's starting us off the game, and I'm now in control of the yellow guy down at the bottom. I'm going to set my trap. Oh, he's too fast. Okay, he didn't come in. So I'm going to set my trap. You just hold the button down. Once the trap is already up, then I want to kill the alien by closing the trap around. Oh, okay, so he caught up to me, and he already got me. And it looks like I've gone to Heiankyo Alien Heaven. So you have to spend the time to open up the trap, and then once the alien's inside, you have to close the trap around them. Can I set another one? Yes, so I can block myself in here and see if I can lead the aliens to be trapped in. You can see that I can't move anywhere past this. I've trapped myself in. So if I want to get away, I'd have to close the trap, which would expose me to the other aliens. So let's close it up. Hopefully no one comes by. Let's try setting another one. Okay, I got one up here. So you close them up, and you have to close them all the way before you get the points. There we go. So it's a strategy and action game with a maze top-down view. You don't know where the aliens are going to come from, and you have to spend the time to open up the trap. So you're working to see if they can. Yep, they fell for it. Nice. So I got another one. Going to close it, trap them up, and then the more you can do in a row, then the more points you get. Very addictive, very influential for the time, especially for Japan. This is where this was released first. No, don't get me. Right. Okay, I got him. He ran the other way. You can tell that the aliens are not programmed to attack or fight me. They're completely random. So they can go any way they want. This one that we have down in the bottom left corner, I don't think he's going to try to go for me. Let's see if I can get him down here. We also don't have any sound programmed in. There is something programmed in, but some of these games have... get it. Oh, see, I didn't finish building the trap, so the alien got me. You have to make sure it's all the way open before you can be brought inside. Let's see if he goes for mine up there. Okay, so I'm going to try to get him, close the trap before he goes away. Go, 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 get it. And not enough time. Your game is over. That is a blast. Heiankyo Alien in the arcades, the very first one. Excellent, excellent for the time. We're going to give this one a 3.5, very much above average, especially for the maze game. Oh, maybe we could go 4, just because of how many people were influenced by this. So we're going to give this one a 4-star for 1979, based on everything else you can see. All right, moving on to our next game. It's Space Invaders Part 2. So we already know that Space Invaders was copied and cloned so much. So the original creators of Space Invaders, Taito, said, let's make a sequel because the market's already saturated. Let's try to get a little bit of that action. So they made the sequel the year after, 1979. Here's the artwork for Space Invaders Part 2 by Taito. There's our arcade cabinet. Looking a little rough around the edges, like someone's beat that one up. And then there's our control panel. It's Space Invaders. You move left and right, and then fire. They didn't change anything about it. Let's see if the manual has anything for us. In color, because the original was black and white with overlays. So this is Space Invaders Part 2. Looks like the one we got was when they brought it to North America. We'll be playing the Japanese game because it's all the same. Yeah, this is just about parts for the system in the arcade, and looks like we could play the Brazilian version or the Taito version. We'll play the Taito Japanese version. It is September 1979, playing Space Invaders Part 2 in the arcades. There it is in all its glory. In color. So they still have an overlay. You can see the back looks like another world or a planet that we're on. That's all part of the arcade cabinet. But the game itself is still programmed in color. All right, let's put a coin in. And is it any different? I don't think so. We'll push start for player 1. And here we go. Yes, Space Invaders Part 2. I'm still not really getting any audio. I wonder if they didn't program the audio for this one. It has the same sound effects, same thing. There's nothing different except that it's now in color instead of black and white like the other Space Invaders. And they're trying to cash in on all the copies that were put out there. You can see that each alien row has a slightly different color. In the past, it was a plexiglass overlay that was doing that. And it looks like they've increased the difficulty, at least this one. We're playing the base level. Oh, there we go. Sound effects just showed up. Oh, and we got him. And then the sound effects go away, and it's totally silent. But there is the thump. Thump. It's happening in the background, but since it's using a different audio source, we don't hear it for this example. And we have to clear this away. Those aliens got the best of me last time. Not for Part 2. The Revenge. It feels identical to the original Space Invaders. I can only shoot one bullet at a time. As far as I can't, once a bullet's fired off, I can't shoot a second one. It's just one at a time. Can I get them? Yeah, go, 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 go. All right, so no deaths yet. Moving faster and faster. And this one was programmed in color, so the idea of the Space Invaders moving faster... Oh, he got me on that one. Moving faster and faster wasn't because that the program just couldn't handle it. Now it's because they made it that way. Oh my gosh, it's moving so fast. Yes! Got it back. SOS, SOS. Would that be considered a cutscene? SOS, SOS? They always say Pac-Man had the first video game cutscene, but that just had something, a ship going across. I don't know if you counted or not. All right, so we gave Space Invaders 5 stars because of how influential it was. Space Invaders Part 2, it's average. We're going to give this one 3, run-of-the-mill, lots of shooters that look exactly the same. So 3 stars for Space Invaders Part 2.